Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Peace, love, and positivity to you. My name is Sohum, and today I'll be reacting to more Gilbert O'Sullivan. This is now my second time on the channel ever listening to Gilbert, but I'm super excited to be hearing more of his Irish accent as well as that kind of soft rock vibe that he seems to lean into quite a bit. But I'm pretty much on the ground floor as it relates to uncovering his discography, so any dent in it is going to do us well because he writes quite a bit of music. Russell, who requested this reaction, let me know that Gilbert, he writes even to this day, and he writes for 8 hours a day. Think of how many songs that is. And I don't know exactly what his creative process looks like, but 8 hours a day for decades, that adds up, and that makes you a damn good songwriter. I don't know if there's a way to spend that much time writing songs and to be able to craft bad songs at the end of all of it. I'm also told that in the second track, which is titled No Matter How I Try, he actually won an Ivor Novello Award, which I didn't know what that was beforehand, but looking it up, winning an Ivor Novello Award is considered the highest honor for songwriters and composers in the UK and Ireland, representing recognition from peers rather than commercial popularity. So he's winning awards out here. And Russell also wrote that he'd never seen him smiling, interacting with other people, or dancing, and we see all this in the last song. So a lot to look forward to today, but before we dive into this, a massive thank you goes to Russell for making this reaction request and of course bringing some Gilbert back to the channel. But now, my friends, let's jump into it.
It's over now. You've had your fun. Get up them stairs. Go on quickly, don't run.
My body is immediately pacified.
Take off your shoes, both of yous, and leave them down outside the door. Turn the landing light off. No, wait, leave it on.
It's already
it might
so
make
good.
the night that much easier to be
And the
gone,
strings.
and in the morning we'll be wide awake and eating snowflakes, oh, as opposed to those flakes.
Wow, that's a bar.
We will.
Children singing, right? Adds that softness to an already soft
afternoon.
song. Gilbert uses such a gentle approach to singing and songwriting. It's really just pleasant to listen to. And it's funny, but I am coming off of having just filmed an Elton John reaction. And as I hear Gilbert perform here, I am reminded a bit of Elton John and a bit of his compositional style. And even in that reaction I mentioned, but I also pick up on a bit of Billy Joel in his style. Something about this 70s singer-songwriter era where you just give a man the time to sing and the piano to play along with. It produces songs of this nature that can kind of start as a bit of a somber ballad or, again, something very soft and grow into something more emotionally intense. That's at least the direction I'm predicting this song to go, but let's see.
That afternoon we spent the day with Uncle Frank, remember, and his wife Auntie May. Well, do you know, since then I've received up to 4 letters, all of which repeat the same. They they say thrilled to bits. Can't believe you came. We've relived it both over time and time again.
love
And
the
if
strings.
there's ever a chance or even half, you might be our way.
The
Would
textures
you
in your left
promise to
headphone.
stay?
We will,
We will.
we will.
Well, yeah. It's not easy
Oh,
pretending
the harp.
that you cannot hear.
Oh, this
Once you've
is sweeping.
suffered the affliction within.
I love the melody, dude, so much.
Ending that you cannot hear. Once you've suffered the affliction within.
Suffered the affliction within. Something like that. Weirdly enough, it reminds me of a melody I've heard from this band called Goose. Very different stylistically to Gilbert O'Sullivan. They take a very jam bandy approach to songwriting and performance, but seemingly they're drawing from similar melodic pools.
Easy pretending that you cannot hear. Once you've suffered the affliction within.
Wow, love that.
It's no use in an ending to proclaim from the start that the moral of the story's to begin. On Sunday next, if the weather holds, we'll have that game, but I Bagsy Bean in goal. Not because I'm good,
Oh,
or because I think I should. It's just that, well, at my age, I think standing still would really suit me best. Do we all agree? Hands up those who do. Hands up those who don't. I see. Well, in that case, will we please be kind enough, if not on Sunday,
wow.
to go to Mass on Monday?
I love his delivery. It is so conversational. It's not even like he's singing at this point. It is though he's just, narrating this entire story. It almost takes the form of this extended run-on sentence that sometimes bleeds between the measures, but it's all to the rhythm, so it flows very, very nicely. And he is singing to pitch too. It's not like he's not singing. It has that very conversational flair, which I believe I picked up on the first time I heard Gilbert, but it's showing up here again.
On Sunday, to go to Mass on Monday. We will. We will. Yeah.
Okay, we started with a banger with this one. I loved it right away, pretty much. Like, you already were immediately feeling that, like, lush, relaxing vibe. He just kind of, what is the term? He basically, like, caresses your ears and slowly eases you into the song, and then we're on that merry-go-round. It's not a roller coaster because I think emotionally there is a consistency where it's not too volatile. It builds in these swells, and then the wave kind of crashes over, and then we kind of move along, build again, and then another wave crashes. There are a lot of such checkpoints in the song where those tides, they turn, and they're all so satisfying. Really love the vocal melody in this, love the strings and the harp. I mean, the contribution of all of those together is probably like the bulk of where my love for this song comes from. But the melody is just too good to ignore. I feel like that for me has to be the top thing to consider here. And as I was listening to the lyrics of this song, I was trying to interpret like what was going on here, this "we will." just on its face, we will is, perspective. It's we are going to accomplish this thing, but there's a sort of maybe subtlety in the delivery of the lyrics that implies there's some kind of personal crisis happening underneath the hood. And when you're dealing with personal crisis, there's many things you can do to respond. You could completely fall over and let your misery consume you, or you could be resilient in the face of these unfortunate circumstances and make things happen. Well, oftentimes if you're doing this alone, it can be extremely challenging, but in the context of a relationship, if I'm going through something, well, it's going to impact my partner and vice versa. So this resilience that we build, we don't only build it for ourselves, we build it for the person that we love. And this kind of emotional interdependence starts to form where I can be the rock in the relationship for, let's say, a season of life, and then that responsibility or that role can shift to the other. I think ideally that responsibility is shared whenever we can, but you can see the ways in which if I can be resilient for the both of us at any given time, it alleviates some of that burden, and it doesn't take away from the conclusion, which is we will. There's always a sort of hope and a comfort that we can rest in. And if you think about that, the song from that emotional perspective, this is an extremely comfortable song to listen to. It puts you right at ease. It's exactly what you would want out of a partner who you're doing life with. Man, I'm liking Gilbert. Let's check out the next song here. This is No Matter How I Try.
No matter how I try, I just can't say goodbye.
More uppity, you hear the bouncing
No
piano
matter
playing.
what you say, looks like I'm here to stay. No matter where I go,
The twangy guitar, I like it.
know if you know, but everywhere we've been, I'm kept in quarantine. It's easy to see why. She's over 6'5".
Oh my god.
I'm only 5'2".
Oh my god.
Is there a tower somewhere that
quite the
might
height
take me
difference.
as a spare? Is there a bank in town that might cash me as a pound? Is there a place you know where I can up and go?
I like the energy of the song. Definitely contrasts from the first.
It's easy to see why. She's over 6'5". I'm only 5'2". Is there a time somewhere that might take me as a spare? Is there a bank in town that might cash me as a pound? Is there a place you know where I can up and go?
He's a great songwriter. I love how like each section of his songs have like such a definable character to them. I don't know if that's the right phrasing there. Sometimes like when you listen to music, it can be very hard to like tell how the sections are evolving. But I feel like with him, every section that you're in feels like the like best place to be. And then when he kind of pivots, he'll do it subtly, but then all at once, the next section will be as satisfying, because what will happen is, well, you like both independently, the transition worked well, and then he'll loop back again. And so you get this satisfying self-enclosed loop where the song almost like writes itself. It's a very efficient way to do songwriting because you've given yourself such a like such strong bones to the foundation of your track with, the, let's call it like verse, pre-chorus, chorus, like that rough structure. And if all of them are meant to feed into the other musically and with the right chords selected, all you have to do is just carry the story forward. And it feels like Gilbert is really great at telling stories. So when he's singing and he's performing music, I almost feel like he is just talking. And that does kind of dovetail with what I mentioned earlier, that a lot of his vocal delivery feels conversational. But even in his music, it's like he probably writes music by just, what would you call it? Like journaling his thoughts. He's just like, okay, instead of just writing it down in silence, I'm just going to sing along to what I'm feeling and thinking, and that's going to be the song.
I remember our first anniversary. It was one of those occasions where, believe you me, I would rather have been held ransom at the point of a gun than to suffer indignation for something I had done. No matter how I try, I just can't say goodbye. Looks like I'm here to stay. Looks like I'm here to stay.
Nice. See, I like that song because it is short and sweet, but it is infinitely loopable. Like the way that it's written, it is meant to be efficient, but still conveying all of the feeling of, holding on to a relationship and having that love within, but also the confusing thoughts of like, but maybe I want to let this go, and I'm frustrated at myself for not being able to let it go. So it's like, hey, I guess no matter how hard I try, I'm still here to stay. You're going to have me pining over you in this kind of perpetual unrequited love. And if that happens to be like where you're at personally with your own life, just repeat this song. Just run it right back, because it is a version of the repetition. And again, the structure lends itself to having these smooth transitions that feel like impossible to break or impossible to insert something novel within it. And that to me is like the telltale sign that a song is written well, is you cannot think of like anything else that you'd like to add or insert or remove from the track to enhance it, because in its current state, it is already the best, most enjoyable version of it. When it comes to like writing songs, you ask 100 musicians how they write music and they'll give you 500 different answers. But I feel like one of the better ways to do it is to just speak directly from the heart of how you're feeling and just tell the story. And dude, Gilbert is doing that. He's so good at doing that, it seems. Really fun melodies. I don't know how every single melody has been enjoyable to the degree that it has, but yeah, I will take it for sure. There's something else I was gonna say. If it occurs to me, I will bring it up by the end for sure. You guys know me, I can yap on and on. 2 great tracks so far, but we have one last one to check out. This one is titled Matrimony. This is different too.
I've no wish to hurry you, love, but have you seen the time? It's 9:45 and we're supposed to be there at 9. I don't think the registrar will be very pleased when we show up an hour late like 2 frozen peas.
Do peas do that?
Both now facing for the first time, presently and past, something that begins with them and ends in a lass. More than a complete disaster, even from the start. What could it be?
Matrimony, the rhyme?
It's matrimony.
There you go. I was expecting that rhyme.
right about men walk down the aisle. But think
Strings
of the
have
money
entered.
we'll save and you'll see it's worthwhile. It won't please our mums and dads, but they don't even know. Besides, if they did, what's the bet? They wouldn't even go. You and me are all that matters, disregard the rest. Trust your soon-to-be old man, he knows what is best. Very shortly now there's gonna be an answer from you, then one from me. That's matrimony.
Dude, his songs are immediately catchy. He's good at
I'm
writing.
truly grateful for the little things in life that have made me so glad. Every other hour that I spend with you is not in the least bit sad.
Almost rhythmically, I'm like momentarily reminded of a bit of the kind of music you would hear at like a bachata dancing class. Definitely it shows up a bit in the trumpets and partially in the rhythm here. Vocally, it is very different though. Excuse me. And apologies. Of the three songs, this has definitely been the most poppy, I would say.
Oh, I'm truly grateful for the little things in life that have made me so glad. Every other hour that I spend with you is not in the least bit sad. Quite the opposite, in fact, and if you don't believe me, here's the proof. Ask me if I, and I'll say I do.
Oh, the melody is fully taken over by the brass.
You and me are all that matters, disregard the rest. Trust your soon-to-be old man, he knows what is best. Very shortly now there's gonna be an answer from you, then one from me. That's matrimony.
He's got all the answers. Just get married to me and do it fast.
Marriage.
No lavish ceremony. Forget about your
Joining
parents.
together two people. For better or for worse.
For better or for worse. I mean, it is a plunge, right? To get married. It's a decision you make with as much care and consideration as possible. And there's always going to be reasons against. There's always going to be many reasons for. And I feel like when you're building a relationship, you should do it with both eyes open. Don't exclude and ignore the potential risks. Like oftentimes your parents are going to be like, hey, look out for this thing and make sure you're concerned about that. And oh, is that thing a red flag? And take all of it into stock and then still assess how you feel and how you interact with that person that you love. Are they a person you can build a lifelong relationship with? And if you both can arrive at that judgment and have similar values and care for one another, I mean, it is very, very logical to get married and have that matrimony, that ceremony. And it also seems like this song in particular talks a bit about the way in which you decide to get married. Like, you don't need the big ceremony to like appease others. You know, you hear the horror stories of weddings where the people getting married didn't actually get celebrated at all. It just became a sort of vanity show for the parents or the family or whatever. So some people, they use those events to shift away the focus from love, but you know, that's the wrong approach for sure. Wedding, marriage, that is all about the love of those two people, and it comes down to their belief in each other. So it seems like whether or not it's a wedding ceremony or like getting a court marriage, either way you do it, you decided to make this massive leap of faith with the person that you love the most. And, you know, that's the thing that ends up mattering most, not the opinions of others, sometimes including your own parents. It is scary, and, you know, that is life. You have to take the risks where they are and do your best all the same. Dude, I really like Gilbert O'Sullivan. I feel like we definitely would do good to be listening to more of his stuff on the channel, because each of his songs are very like pointed at these specific topics and sung beautifully. Again, he has like this conversational delivery that feels so casual. If I were to just hear him speak, it would probably be something akin to how he sounds on these tracks. But not to mention the actual complexity across these songs. Like, on the surface, if you're only focusing on the vocal melody, you may think, okay, there's like a consistent kind of melodic approach to how he writes his vocal lines. But there's also so much else going on underneath the hood in terms of instrumentation. I find that if you just like were to hone in on the smaller details, you'll find like 7 other instruments that you didn't previously notice before. And I think that comment probably applies most to the song Will We, and maybe then Matrimony. And, you know, great songwriters too. Oftentimes a lot of those little details, they will go unnoticed by like the naive ear, but they contribute so much to the track. It makes the song feel almost like healthier, you know? Like if you can give a song all that it deserves to make it the best version of itself, there's going to be a lot of subtlety. There's going to be a lot of attention to detail. That's kind of how I feel about Gilbert here. I'm liking his vocals too, though I wouldn't say his vocals are the main draw when it comes to his music. I think it's the sections and the melodies and the composition that takes center stage, as well as the themes of his work. But of the 3 songs today, I would say my favorite was Will We. Beautiful from a melodic standpoint, really complex. So even structurally, to be honest, there were a lot of evolving sections with great details underneath. So that's definitely a song worth repeating. And then I think in second place, I'll give it to Matrimony, because I liked how upbeat this track felt. Definitely a bit of a, let's say, left turn from where we had before, but beautiful and fun all the same. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what your thoughts are on Gilbert O'Sullivan in the comments section down below. And if you would like to request more Gilbert on the channel yourself, you can do so by using the first link in the description box below. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care and peace.